Hello, good day, everyone. My name is Sule Hezekiah, and today I'm going to be talking about search engine optimization. And in our topic today, we're going to be covering a whole lot, not really a whole lot, but the basics and the basic understanding of search engine optimization. So, what we're going to be covering today in search engine optimization is what SEO is, need for SEO, search engine in market, search engine market share, SEO tools, SEO techniques and strategy, SERP, advantages and disadvantages of SEO, and finally a conclusion. Now, first of all, I'd like to share an understanding of what SEO is. Now, what SEO stands for, as I've been mentioning, is search engine optimization. It is the process of getting traffic from the free, organic, editorial, or natural search results on search engines. Now, have you ever wondered why you go on Google and probably you type maybe shopping and they bring up things like Jumia, Konga at the search tab immediately you finish searching for it? Well, what's behind the magic is SEO. Without SEO, you will not be able to see search results popping out like I'm bringing up things like Konga or Gigi. So that's what SEO does. So to go further, what is the need for SEO? SEO helps to ensure that a site is accessible to a search engine and improves the chances that the site will be found by the search engine. It is common practice for internet users not to click through pages and pages of search results. So where a site rank is in a search is essential for directing more traffic towards the site. The higher is a website naturally ranks in organic results of a search, the greater the chance that that site will be visited by users. Now, I want to talk about ranking. It's basically how often that's what's called how highly the site is being ranked, and that's done by the SEO engineer. That's the guy who runs the search engine optimization. So what he does is through some plugins and some other installations, you can rank your your site so that when people search your site and you want your site to pop up in the search engine, and so that people can have so that more number of people can be accessible to that site. Now that's where what's it called the site ranking comes to play. So it is the work of the search engine optimization engineer to make sure that is done. So search engine market like search engine in market like Google, Yahoo, Bing, Axe.com, then Yandex. Now Google has the highest share, followed by Yahoo. Now these are search engines that um, that are the most popular for now, most especially Google. If you want to search for anything, almost everybody uses Google. Then the second most used is Yahoo. Now this is the market share for each and every one of the search engines here. So we have Google, which is 85.82%, which is leading here, followed by Yahoo, which is 68%, and followed by Bing, which is 39%. So all these search engines, this is the market share that they hold. This is what's it called? This is how popular they are, and this is how strong they are when it comes to search engine optimization. So let's say you want to promote your business. You first of all you need to see the areas where you can promote your business, which is this google.com. That's where you you should focus on based on the search what's called the market share here. So SEO tools, we have SEM Rush Rock, Firefox extension, free Firefox extension, free web-based SEO tools, listing of additional SEO tools by categories, and hear about it. So some of these tools, they are tools that if what's it called, if you're an SEO engineer, you get to use them, or probably you just want to just learn it for fun. You can just Google it, know how it's being used, and you can also use it to improve your what's called your online presence of your website. Now, these are example. This is the example of SEO, how SEO is. Now, this here on the first blue line is the paid search AdWord. This is the ones that are already paid for. Let's say you want to promote your website. There's a way you can pay for it, that the SEO will be far more effective. Let's say someone searches for it, but the paid ones is going to be what's it called? Is going to be limited. The only way is going to improve as time goes on is the engagement based on your content. So in SEO, there's a whole lot of things um, alongside SEO. Another thing under SEO is your content marketing. Now, it's based on your content that um, once people see uh, what you do and they like what you do and they click on your site and they keep visiting your site as time goes on, probably it's a blog and they like what they see, then they, your site gain more popularity, and there are chances are uh, is always going to pop up whenever people search for it. So these are searches are searches that people have already, that there are so many people clicking on that site, clicking on that link. There are more engagements on that link. So that's all about organic search. So techniques in your SEO, search engine optimization. So audit your site framework, data research via end user, create more optimized landing page, make your site responsive and mobile friendly, double your infographic power, implement latent semantic indexing, spy and target competitors' live keyword. Now, the way I'm going to really speak about here is the keywords. Now, there are basic keywords that are very important for you to implement when you are implementing search engine optimization. Now, all those keywords are likely keywords that once people go on Google to search for something, those are the things that they are going to type. Those are the things that they are going to search for. Those are the things that they are likely going to think of and type before let's maybe they want to search for something or so. So let's say you are looking for you want to buy phones, or um, you want to search for the latest iPhone in town. So you see people searching for, okay, the latest smartphones, or latest iPhone 11 Pro or so. So those search keywords is now left for the person who is working on the search SEO of that of your site. Maybe let's say you are running an e-commerce site, just like Konga, Jumia, or Udala, and some of all those popular. So it's based on these keywords that they gain more popularity. Is how they've implemented their keywords that they'll gain more popularity. Now, let's say you type phones now. The first thing you see is either Jumia or Kunga. or other sites like that. But right now, as we speak, Jumia has more online presence in terms of search engine optimization, because most of the things that they do is they have already implemented all the keywords that anybody could probably think of. Let not just say anything that anybody could probably. Most of the likely keywords that people will search for and see what's called the results that they want. Probably they want to buy phones, or they want to see specs of phones. It's through their sites that they are going to. So if you want to implement SEO on your site, these are the things you should look out for, keywords. So next is SEO strategy. It says define the target audience and their interest. Now, when once let's say you're running a site or maybe a blog, um, the question you should ask yourself firstly is what I'm going to publish out there on the website, and what I'm going to promote. Is this something that people are going to like? Is this something that will engage people? Is this something that will interest them to come back for more? So that's the first point. Said start creating recommendations in your strategy document. Now categorize keyword research. I've spoken about that. Define competitors. Now first, this define competitors is talking about people who are already in the game, people who are already popular. You have to see what they are doing, how they are getting ahead, so that you can learn from them. Then also optimize your own site the way they've done to theirs. Let's say they have. Now one thing about SEO for your what's it called, is not picking the best design website to see, is picking the best page, the best well optimized page. Let's say your page does not have a meta tag and all those things, and there are some your title is not well defined, or and the rest like that, from the guy who's doing your site. Now it's now up to the search engine engineer to make sure all those things are being put in place. So he said the next line is prioritize and summarize. Must have SEO recommendations, which I've already spoken about. It says create, implement, and access results. Um, SERP. Now, a search engine SERP simply means search engine result page. Is the page displayed by a search engine in response to a query by a searcher. The main component of the SERP is the listing of results that are returned by the search engine in response to keyword query. Although the page may also contain other results such as advertisements. Now, what's SERP is what's called, once you search for a particular keyword, it's what's going to show on that keyword. That's the SERP. So it's based on what's called, the main component of SERP is the listing of results that are returned by the search engine in response to the keyword. Like the keyword I earlier explained, this is just shedding more light about it. Now, let's say you want to let's say you type something on Google, and um, you want results, or let's say how should I explain this now? You're on Google and you want a particular search. Let's say you are searching for iPhone 11, or you are searching for a particular thing that you probably don't know the name, sha. So, or maybe a latest phone. Let's say you're searching for the latest brand of, like this Samsung Galaxy Flip. Now there's the Samsung Galaxy Flip that that they just made. It like kind of close, opens and closes. It's just like the olden days Motorola that open and close, but it's a smart Android phone, but they remodernized it. So let's say you don't really know the spec of that phone, and you want to type it, you just type Samsung latest Samsung flip phones. It's through that search keyword that you typed in that they will now bring the result of the latest via the query. They'll bring a list of query out based on the keyword you type. That's how through that there's no way you search it on Google and they will not bring something related to that. At the end of the day, you end up finding what you're searching for. So that's that about SERP. So advantages of SEO. Now, first advantage is brand awareness. Um, Once you optimize your site for SEO, your brand becomes more popular. Say increase site usability. People use your site more often. It's cost effectiveness, R, ROI, then increase traffic. So disadvantage of SEO, getting noticed by more than your target audience. Yeah, yes. Once you get noticed by more than your target audience, there are risks that some people might try to exploit your site. Then over success, um, you get too successful in yours. Although that's not really a disadvantage, although it will become a disadvantage at some point, based on the fact that all eyes are on you and everybody wants to become better than you. And once they try to um outbeat you, let me use that word. Let's say they will try to outshine you in what you do. It becomes a problem because you are not the only one offering that service and you're not the only one doing that thing anymore. You start having more competitors, which is kind of a disadvantage too. So black hat and white hat. This is based on hackers. Your Once you become more popular, hackers will want to hack your site and exploit your site for their own gain. So is the advice is make sure you give your site to a professional that will keep also that will not just design your site but also keep it safe from hackers. So it's kind of costly. So lastly it's costly, which is SEO can be sometimes expensive because it's not something you just do once in a while. It's something you have to keep implementing. And some SEO engineers can charge you per month, which could be very expensive for some people who can afford it. Now, conclusion says search engine optimization is a hard and tedious job. It can take a large amount of your time. There are too many pieces of the puzzle that you need to piece together. I once read promoting a site that writers on the web are unlikely to link to is as deadly as creating a fantastic website no one will see. I think the writer said it all in this simple sentence. There is no use in making the best website in your niche when you are not promoting it. So thank you. If you have questions or answers, so you can just direct those questions and contributions to the right channel, and if it gets to me, I'll probably answer your questions. Thank you.